So yesterday around 1 p.m., I started hearing a drone outside my window. Again, I had not been outside in a couple of days. When I had gone outside a few days before that, the wind was still blowing the snow over my footprints. And so I wrote out a complaint form. I was going to deliver it yesterday, but it was Martin Luther King Day and they were closed. So I got up this morning, and it was a good thing to get out because they had started up like that really strong nerve agent cook. And last night they did the, what I think is cyanide, it's bone pain cook. So, in between these things, I forget what I do to fix what is happening here. Anyway, so I wrote out on a complaint form. Well, that morning I sat here watching Sherry standing directly outside of my window, looking into my window. Her dog was pooping and she didn't pick up the poop. And I was like, Jesus Christ, woman. And I didn't say anything, and I wasn't going to say anything until 1 p.m., and that drone was outside my window. And when I signed up for Nextdoor, I noticed at Halloween, when I was putting my candy on the map, that my apartment, this whole building is really messed up on the 911 map. And that's when I realized that on February 20th of 2015, Sherry had called the police, called 911, claiming to be me, or, not identifying herself, knowing that the police would think that the landline call emanated from my apartment. I told them I don't have a landline, and that felt like too much information because, she stands out here looking in my window, and they said, well, it's credible because we saw things that she referenced in the call, so that's upsetting to me when people take too much interest in my disability, when people take too much interest in my home. They make all sorts of excuses about it. I would not be surprised to find out that Sherry's made like 60, 90 phone calls like this, claiming to be me. And because Bloomington does not record 911 calls like Wichita does, there's no recording of specifically what she said. And if the 911 operator really believed it was me, she would exaggerate what she wrote down. Now, I suspect that whatever files they have on any investigations that they've ever entered into with me, and any documents that I have sent them have been heavily redacted, what Tommy would call a redactopus. And I was just thinking, I'm not so sure that they could just do that, that they can redact in order to not talk about an ongoing investigation. But ongoing investigations have paperwork. They have case numbers. They have dates. They have documentation. And without that documentation, they cannot hand to anyone a redacted document like that. That means they can, but if they look deeper, they'll say, what is the case number of why this specific 3 words was redacted? What is the case number regarding why this page is not included in the documentation? So without those case numbers, somebody's probably up shit creek without a paddle. And they need a warrant to fly a drone over private property, and I guarantee you they did not have one.